Sometimes we are the biggest block to our blessings, to our success, to the life that we really want to live. So today I want to share with you a very deep revelation that I had about myself in the past week, and it is about relationships. And I know for a fact, 100%, this is a relationship. This is a relationship. And the way I show up here, and that's my standard. That's what I expect of myself. The way I show up here is the way I show up in my real life, right? It's not just the social media game. But what I want to say is that I realized about myself that I'm a big lover. I'm a big lover, and my love is in my work. Like everything that I have done is because I want to help people, and not in a charitable way or anything, but is because I want to create solutions. And I believe that that is, or at least should be, the heart of entrepreneurship, is to make something better, right? Because as an entrepreneur, we create solutions for ourselves first. Most of the time, we create a solution for ourselves, for our own pain, and then we present it to other people so we can help other people for profit. That is business. I love that, right? If you see it that way, like, I want to say it again for us to understand it, right? I think if you see it that way, that changes everything. Entrepreneurship is first creating a solution for your own pain, for your own problem, and then sharing it with others for profit. That's business. So everything I can think of, what I've done in my life is first solving my own pain of belonging, of identity, of finding understanding and love. That's basically it. And I will like share the whole journey to where I came, because of course there is a lot of formal education that went into that and blah 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 blah. But that's not what it's about. So my revelation of the past week was that I am so sensitive. I am super sensitive. You can call it an empath. I am highly sensitive. I feel, and I draw back. And this is what I realize. I love and I love to give. Of course, something that comes with the journey of entrepreneurship and personal development and inner work and doing all the work, right? To realize what is blocking you. We can also call that shadow work, whatever you want. Overcoming your limitations, overcoming your self-sabotaging behaviors, unconscious behaviors. Doing all the work will make you even more sensitive because you are living with your heart out loud. So that's me and that's you. And I just had a conversation or a fallout with a very dear former client, friend, colleague of mine, and it made me think. It made me think deeply, and sometimes how it is with synchronicities, right? So I'm also reading this book right now, and then I know that it is also part of what's like another message that I listen to. Everything pointed me towards what I'm about to share with you. That one of our biggest blocks to abundance, to the life that we actually really, really love living, is rooted in early childhood trauma. And most of the time, it is really just about that. I always like to see, like, as a child, you are pure love. You are this like open, radiant heart. And then I'm not even blaming parents or whatever, but to be honest, most of the times parents have to do what they have to do. Maybe they give you away or they leave you with other people. So there is not this level of love that you might want to receive from your parents. And it leads you, this vulnerable little child, to self-protect. So you learn ways to protect your heart. And I realized that I have learned to protect my heart so much so that because underneath the protection is the love, is the heart. And my heart and everybody, we all want love. I want love. I want to be loved and I want to give love. But because I feel, or I was hurt by the people that were supposed to love me, I learned to protect my heart. So through that, I learned to protect myself through, which is now an unconscious automatic, right? Unconscious is most of the time, like we can say it's automatic. We do it without even noticing. So an automatic response that I have had up until now is that when I let people into my heart, into my life, and then they do something that hurts me, I have learned for almost my whole life because of that early childhood trauma. I have learned to push away people. I have learned to, instead of keeping people close to my heart, then giving them permission or access to hurt me, I have learned to push away the people that I love and that I want their love and that actually do love me. I have learned to push them away. I've learned to push them away and build up this persona, this mask, this characteristic of self-sufficiency, right? I can do it on my own. I don't need you. I can do it on my own. So this is what I realize about myself, that every time I let somebody in and they don't really do what I think would be appropriate in loving me, I push them away, even though I love them and maybe they love me too, right? I think it's a very nuanced conversation here. And I'm not speaking about toxic relationships. I'm not speaking about evil people. I'm not speaking about somebody who intentionally comes in to hurt you. I'm speaking about good-hearted people, well-meaning people who have their own trauma, who have their own insecurities, who have their own hurt and pain, right? But just finishing this thought of my own understanding, I realize that I am longing. I'm deeply longing for connection. Even in my business, even with you, I am longing for connection. I want to connect. I want to connect. But as soon as somebody steps in, I open my heart for them. They don't really move as like sensible or sensitive with my heart, with my feelings as I wish they would. Instead of, and that's a very, very big key, instead of saying, hey, that hurt me. That hurt me. Like what you did hurt me. Why did you do that? Or just saying it hurt me and asking like, what was your intention? Instead of unconsciously assuming they intended to hurt me. They intended to hurt me. That's what we mostly think. I also want you to think about that while I'm speaking. And I want you to write down intention if you're listening, right? So I want you to think about that. Many times we think when somebody hurts us, we feel it, we feel hurt. We think that person wanted to hurt me. They're a bad person. I have to protect myself. So what I've done in the past, many times, I felt attacked, I felt hurt, and then instead of saying, oh, that hurt, you hurt me, like, was that your intention? Why did you do that? Right? Instead of saying that, I pushed like that, like this unconscious, automatic, uncontrolled reflex of self-protection. I did that, bam, pushing people away. Even people that are amazing, even people that are like blessings, people that have, like, again, I'm saying it's not toxic people that I'm talking about. People that actually are friends or colleagues or good people, because they didn't treat me the way I feel I was supposed to be treated, or because I am sensitive, right? I don't necessarily believe in too sensitive, but I believe in a unskilled way in handling your sensitivity, and that's exactly what I'm addressing here. So what I realize is that in the past, for probably all of my life, I have kind of played. That's what I learned. That's what I adopted. I have played the tough one. I am tough, but I still want love. You know, I love this. Two things can be true at the same time. I am the living paradox. We all are. That is the dichotomy of life. We are both and, right? I can be self-sufficient, tough, resilient. I can be that. And at the same time, I can want love, right? Both is true. I am self-sufficient, but I still want love. So I am reflecting now. It's a deep, it's a big revelation for me. I have pushed away people subconsciously, like just signaling. That's what we mean when we say vibes, right? When we feel the vibes, that's exactly what it is. It's an unconscious signaling of I don't need you. I can't, I'm good on my own. And then people think it means you're a bad person or I'm better than you. No, that's not even what I have thought. But it's, I don't need you. I am afraid that you will come so close that you have the power to hurt me. So instead of allowing that to happen, I am going to protect myself, shield myself before you can even get that close. I see that this is rooted in a weak, a weak heart. Because what is courage? I love that. This is exactly my topic. Courage is cœur, right? Cœur de lion is one of my favorite symbols. Cœur de lion, right? You want to love? Love like a lion, the heart of a lion. And courage means that courage, right? It is from the heart. To be courageous means to have a strong heart. And if you don't have a strong heart, you have a weak heart. And a weak heart will always like collapse back into, oh, you hurt me. You wanted to hurt me. And I'm just going to stay laying here because it hurts so much. And now, if I stay in the hurt, I'm going to stay in isolation because now there's no connection. There's no love connection. There is now repellent, right? Like they maybe hurt me. I was sensitive. My heart drops back, and that's it. And what courage is really is to come back out of the heart and to dare to assume and to ask, did you want to hurt me? Like, I am hurt first, just to say that, speaking from the I perspective, I am hurt. You hurt me with that. That hurt me. And then we give the other person the opportunity to say something. Maybe they are not courageous enough to face the conversation. So maybe they're gonna run away, or they're gonna stand up to the conversation and be like, I'm sorry. Actually, I didn't mean to hurt you. I was also in whatever panic mode, or this is my reason for this and this decision. Because sometimes we are hurt by things that other people have decided on, and that's okay. We have to accept it, but it doesn't mean that we have to end the relationship, right? So I just want to finish off like my train of thought, my own story. And that is sometimes I'm courageous, many times, many times. I'm very proud of myself, to be honest, like to have had the courage that I had up until now, to go for my dreams and all of those things, to build this business, to stand up here and be authentic, right? And to share those things. But sometimes in real life relationships, I have failed so deep, so much, so much. I have failed in exactly that, in saying, in not saying that, hey, I'm hurt. Why do you do that to me? But then go into the conversation and then really revealing what's going on. And then you can move forward. Maybe that person is not the right fit. Maybe they don't deserve your love because that's also something that goes into the unconscious protection mechanism like that, like they don't deserve my love, right? But if nobody deserves your love, you don't have the opportunity to love, and then you will die, right? Your heart will die if it doesn't give love. Sometimes, like we have to show grace. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, and I'm still gonna love you. That is love, right? So I hope that makes sense just to realize that if you are not living the life of your dreams, and for me, I'm not talking about fantasy. I'm not talking about the shiny objects. I'm not talking about like illusion. No, I'm talking about real, rooted in reality, rooted in love, rooted, grounded, the life of your dreams, but grounded in reality. If you're not living that life, whether it be your relationships, because relationships are a direct mirror of our capacity to deal with life with an open heart. Write down open heart if you're listening up until here. I would love that. I want you to be here with me. I'm doing this for us, right? It's a conversation. Not I'm not here just to speak. So our relationships, the depth and the solidity of a strong relationship for me is the ability to show up vulnerable and also to the ability to have uncomfortable conversations from which the relationship can grow. Because only with the uncomfortable conversations is weeding out the insecurities, right? Sometimes we have to address things to gain clarity instead of staying in uncertainty. But because so many people are afraid of facing clarity, reality, truth, we like to hide in uncertainty, in the blurry shadows. No, I want the real deal. Do you trust me or not? Can I trust you? Do you trust me? No? Why? Why don't you trust me? Oh, because I have done those things that broke your trust. Oh shit, that feels bad. That feels so bad to admit, to realize I have fucked up. I have fucked up. Shit, that's real. Like I fucked up and I fucked up. Like this video is kind of a confession because I said it's a big revelation, like a real honest conversation I had with myself that I fucked up in so many relationships with amazing people just because I told my story of I don't need you. I'm good on my own. I'm even better on my own. You don't deserve my love. I'm going to protect myself because you hurt me, which is true. But there's another truth. Probably we didn't have the raw, honest, uncomfortable conversation about you hurt me. Why did you do that? Oh, okay. Oh, or I disappointed you too. I disappointed you too. All right, shit. That hurts. And I'm sorry too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I disappointed you. What do you need? What do I need? Can we lay a foundation for a more healthy, safe, committed, accountable relationship, that's it. That's what we grow. Like when we have those uncomfortable conversations, we can talk about that. We can talk about the next level to build. That is what building means. Innovation also in relationships. Instead of hiding, either hiding because you don't dare to have the uncomfortable conversations. And again, the opposite of dare or daring is also courage, right? Is the same. And your heart is not strong enough to face the reality of life with love. And this is how relationship get broke, like break. And I know that I am longing for deep relationships with amazing people where when nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect, and I can't expect perfection from other people, even if they're amazing. So we have to show grace to ourselves, to the other person, and just admit, I think that's a big word. It's about honesty for yourself. Yeah, maybe you are self-sufficient, but I am realizing that, and I've reached out to friends to say that I feel lonely, and I know that it's a big topic. It's a big topic. Like there's a loneliness, isolation epidemic. People feel more isolated than ever. So many people feel lonely, right? Maybe in relationships as well. Many people isolate themselves, which can have a very good effect on personal transformation and creativity and things like that. Yes. But on the other side, like we're not meant to be fully isolated now. Of course, you want to pick the quality people, but right, let's not tell ourselves that it's okay to be alone. No. And to not let anybody enter your heart. No. I believe it is time to actually nurture our relationships back to life with a framework of safety, accountability, dependability, right? People keeping their word. That's how you build trust. That's how you build trust. That is relationship building, whether in friendships, family, romantic relationships, or business relationships. It's all relationship. And relationship is based on trust. And trust can be built. It's a scientific way. Like that is me. I'm a scientist, right? That's how I see myself. I'm a social scientist, and my science and the mastery for me is the art and science of creating the life of your dreams. So I wanted to share that with you, again, coming from the most vulnerable part of my heart that I can share with you up until this point in my life is that I have been lying to myself. I have been protecting myself. I do have compassion with myself as well, but I have been lying to myself that I am good on my own. I'm not. I'm not. I long for deep, intimate, loving, supporting, safe relationships rooted in growth, growing together, right? So I'm here for it, right? I'm here for it in my real life, but I'm also here for it with you. And if you want to not only grow and build your character, your ability to create those amazing relationships, which I teach in my programs, I invite you to be part of my community because I know that so many of us, we just watch each other. But let's not only watch each other, let's actually have a conversation. So that's what I'm doing, what I'm creating over in my community. So if that's of any interest to you, check it out. Like you find all the links down in the description box. And if that video resonated with you, I would love you to love it, right? I would love you to like it. I would love you to subscribe. I would love you to hit the notification bell, leave a comment, share a heart, a red heart, and say vulnerable, right? Like, let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're in the building. Yeah. Because, yeah, like it's about relationship. It is about relationship, and a relationship, to be able to have a relationship is to be vulnerable. To be vulnerable, not naive, but to be vulnerable. Okay. So, yeah, again, I'm here for it. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you took away from that. And I'm definitely taking away from this whole revelation that I am going to be more honest in my relationships and actually tell people that that's my pattern. And if I automatically try to push people away again, I want to give them the permission to hold me accountable and to say, hey, girl, that hurt me. Do you really mean it? Do you really mean it? Or what's up? Did I hurt you? Let's talk about it. Okay. That is healing the inner child at its best. Okay. So let's all do that. So, so, so much love. And again, I would love to see you wherever in the comments. But I would love you to see you in the community, to be honest. So if that's for you, again, see you there. And until then, stay dangerous. Okay? Bye.